Hello friends. This video is about the use of Lagna chart and Navansh chart. Today the technique which I am going to share with you is going to be very useful for you in predicting the events of a given native, and here you do not have to bother about the placement of planets and other divisional charts. This technique will give you a fair overview of what is going to happen in a person's life and what all can he expect in his life. So major things, you can say the inclination of life you can tell through this technique, and here the probability of going right is up to 80%. In fact, it can be up to 100% also. And to simplify this, I am taking the chart of a very big superstar from India, that is Mr. Amitabh Bachchan, who is well known internationally also, and he is a very big star in India, and in fact the biggest star in India, and he has won several Filmfare awards and lots of international awards also. He has acted in various films, he is a singer also, he has been a politician also, and he has also won the Padma Shri and Padma Bhushan national awards, which are very big awards given by the government of India, and he is a very well respected and well known actor from the film industry from India. So to explain my point, I have taken two of his charts, that is his Lagna chart and his Navansh chart. Here you do not have to put any planets into these charts. And dear friends, those of you who are new into astrology and they know very less about astrology, they should listen to this video from beginning up till the end, because this will really help you understand the concepts of astrology better, and you will be able to do lots of predictions by the use of this technique in itself. So please do listen to the entire video from beginning up till the end. So now let's start. So the Lagna of Mr. Amitabh Bachchan is Aquarius, and here you have to connect the houses of the Lagna with the houses of the Navansh chart. This is the technique, and what to interpret out of it, that I will be telling to you house by house. So first, the Lagna, that is the Aquarius Lagna, has gone to the 5th house of the Navansh chart. Friends, I will also like to tell you one more thing, is that the Navansh chart becomes active after 30th year of somebody's life, because it is believed that your life takes a turn after 30 years, or it can also become activated after you have gotten married, because this is the chart of marriage also. So you can read this chart as an independent chart, just like you can read the Lagna chart as an independent chart. Similarly, you can read this chart as an independent chart, and that is why in this technique we have correlated the Lagna houses with the Navansh houses, and they will tell a lot about a person's life. So how to go about it? Let's start. So here the Lagna is Aquarius, it has gone to the 5th house of the Navansh chart. See, the 5th house is for creativity, it's for it's for politics also, it's for cinematography also, it's for your entertainment also. So we all know that Amitabh Bachchan was into the film industry. So from the 5th house comes the films also. He was also a very good politician. So from the 5th house politics also comes. He was very creative. He was a great versatile actor, and this is all coming by from the 5th house. He was also a singer. This also we can associate from his 5th house. So friends, this is the first connection of the Lagna with the 5th. So we can tell what this individual is all about and what are the inclinations of his life going to be all about. So the first connection we have built. Now the second is the second house, and second house is having the Pisces sign. We all know that from the second house we see the person's family, we also see his wealth. So here the wealth part is connected to the 6th house. It means he must have faced some problems related to his wealth, and he did undergo some losses also in his businesses, and I will tell you more about his wealth part. through the other houses later, but this part is showing that he will face wealth related issues also in his life, and family related issues also he had to go through, because from the second house comes the family. It has gone to the sixth house. So there were some articles in the news which were telling that he did have some strained relationships with his spouse due to XYZ reasons. So that is because the family life is under some disturbance due to the connection with the sixth house. So this is how you have to connect these two houses. Now the third is the house of communication and efforts. Here the sign is Aries, and Aries has gone to his seventh house here. So it means the third house is connected to his seventh house. So friends, now let me tell you that Mr. Amitabh Bachchan is known for his communication skills, and he was known as a action hero. So see, here comes the bravery part, and it has gone to the house of recognition. So he was recognized for his acting, he was recognized for his action roles, and this is also the house of his siblings. So his elder sibling was Mr. Amitabh Bachchan. So his sibling was also a very well accomplished actor before he entered into the film industry. His brother was already acting in films, and on Mr. Amitabh Bachchan's request, his brother left the film industry, and later on he settled outside India, that is, he settled in America. So from the seventh house also comes the foreign countries. So his sibling does have a connection with the foreign countries, and he was also a well accomplished person in his life because of this connection. So isn't it so simple? Now let's see the fourth house. The fourth house, that is the Taurus, has gone to the eighth house of Navansh Chart. It means fourth house is forming a connection with the eighth house. So it means that from the fourth house comes lots of things. So in Mr. Amitabh Bachchan's case, you can say that where the property matters were concerned, he did face some problems, and whenever he bought properties, it always landed him up in troubles, and it always came under interrogation. So he always faced problems related to the property matters. So this is the property and this is the problem house. So that is how this connection can be explained. Now coming to the fifth house. So fifth house is all about creativity, and it has gone to the ninth house. So he did get some creative inclinations from his father, because from the ninth house comes the father, from the ninth house comes the things related to abroad. So his acting skills are also known worldwide, and he was lucky. From the ninth house also comes the luck. So he was lucky in terms of his acting skills, and from the fifth house also comes the romantic relationships. So he was lucky in terms of those relationships also. Many women admired him for his personality because of this connection. Now coming to the sixth house. So here the sixth house is having Cancer, and Cancer has gone to his 10th house. So friends, from the sixth house comes your day-to-day activity. It can also be your regular job that you do, and 10th house is the house of your status, of your overall career. See, for an actor, the sixth house for him could be his going for shooting every day and performing there. So he was well respected for his work. He was a very disciplined actor. When it came to work, he was always on time, and he was excellent with his work that the directors gave him. So he was also well recognized for his work, for his acting. That is how we can justify the sixth house connection with his 10th house. So now comes the seventh house. So from the seventh house comes the spouse, and here the seventh lord Leo has gone to his 11th house. So what does it mean? It means that 11th house is also about your wish fulfillment. it's also about your gains. So he did gain through his spouse, and he married his spouse as per his wishes. So he fell in love with his spouse and then he married the lady. So this is how you can explain that he had a marriage of his choice. So this is how this connection can be explained. Now coming to the 8th house, that is Virgo is connecting with his 12th house. So the 12th house is having the Virgo. So it means from the 8th house comes the suddenness of events. So if ever Mr. Amitabh Bachchan had to face some suddenness of events, it could be very drastic for him. It could lead him to hospitalization, and we all know what happened. He was very critically injured. He went into coma in 1980s while he was shooting for a film called Coolie, and he was virtually in coma during that time, and this is all justified by the 6th house connection with his 12th house connection. So friends, isn't it so simple technique? You are able to tell so many things, and that also without going wrong. So next is the 9th house connecting with his Lagna. So which means his father. From the 9th house comes the father, comes the luck. So his luck came to him. So his father did have a role to play in his life. Lagna is he himself, and this is the 9th house. So he was lucky. His father did play an important role in giving him those talents biologically or in whatever ways. In fact, do you all know that the Bachchan surname was not actually the Bachchan surname? His actual surname was Mr. Inqilab Shrivastava, and later on his father changed his name from Shrivastava to Bachchan, because he himself was known as Mr. Bachchan, and Bachchan is somebody who is very childlike, and Inqilab was changed by one of his uncles to Amitabh. So his name became Amitabh Bachchan. So his name was actually something else. So father did play a role in shaping up his personality. Now comes the 10th house. The 10th house is having Scorpio, and Scorpio is making connection with the 2nd house of wealth. So it means that his status made him wealth. So once he became an actor, he was able to build his wealth. So he was a self-made person. So whatever riches he has made in his life, it is all because of his own efforts and because of his own status, that is justified by the 10th house connection with his 2nd house. So friends, this is how you can connect. Now the 11th house. 11th house is having Sagittarius, and it has gone to his 3rd house. So which means that he will have gains from his brother. So this is the house of gains, and this is the house of brother. So it means that he did gain through his brother Mr. Amitabh Bachchan, and in fact he was not associated with the film industry, but due to his brother he was introduced into the film industry, because his brother was a very accomplished actor before he came into the film industry, and he did gain through his brother, and later on his brother also looked up at his business affairs once he was into the film line. So he was also associated with Mr. Amitabh's wealth. So wealth and brother, gains and brother, they are connected together. Now comes the 12th house. The 12th house has gone to his 4th house. So it is again the repetition, as here the 4th house was connected to his 8th house. So here the 12th house is connected to his 4th house. So it means that whenever he will put his hand into property matters, he will always face problems or losses, and many of his properties were sealed by the government due to XYZ technical reasons. We don't have to go deep into that. We just have to know that he had to face loss of property because of this connection, that is his 12th house has gone to his 4th house. So losses would come to his 4th house related activities. So friends, this is how you can do a reading without even using planets, and it is a very simple technique. I would request you to like, subscribe and share my video if you think that this video has been understood well by you and you have gained something out of it. And I want to thank you all for listening.